That's right, man. And I'm hitting you with another early show to get it out the way. That's right. So I hope you're able to go ahead and check in and see what's going on because it's gonna be a fun ride, y'all. Fun ride. So it is Monday, and I'm hopefully going to bring a little cheer to your Monday with some good coverage of what's going on around the country, and of course some good laughs too, because they give us a plethora of laughs when it comes down to the Democrats and the fake news. So I know plenty of you probably were not expecting me at this time, and I told y'all got to kind of just be a little, oh, them gnats, kind of got to be a little flexible with me for a while. But those that could catch me in the morning, great. Those that could catch me in the evening, great. And if you don't catch the show during the normal time, just go ahead and check out Kevin's Corner and you'll see it. You can watch it. It won't be as, interactive as it would have been if you would have caught it live, but, it's still going to be a great show. So I see people logging in. That's right. Look at that. Here we go. Somebody said, caught it. Yeah, there we go. All right. Hey, Kev. All right. I see some people. Kimberly, Anita, Virginia. Okay, Rick. Now, I want to try to get through all of this. So, I don't want to give too much of a long introduction before I get all into it. Eagle Eyes here. Okay. All right. Greetings. Oh, and before I get too deep, I want to tell Mary, who has been wonderful, man, consistently blessing me, I guess, on a monthly basis, man, just sending something to me in the mail and always making it personable with wonderful, just encouraging words, things like that. And, it just makes me feel all funny on the inside. I thank all of you that donate and support the channel. But because, it takes a little extra something to write a letter. People don't do that no more. People don't actually write out stuff. Y'all remember back in the day when you had, a Jones for a girl and you would write letters to her? Those were good days, man. Hello, to whom it may concern. I was thinking about you the other. And you send that letter off. Oh, it meant something. Now it's just a text. What up, though? There you go. That's all you get. What up, though? You good? So, yeah, those were great days, man. Writing their name. And, third, fourth grade, you just sitting there writing their name while you should be doing work. Jessica. But if the teacher make you write something over and over again, you got a problem with it. But you would sit there and write that person's name over and over again. Jessica. Interesting, man. Those were good days. Super great days. So, Mary, thank you very much for the personal touch and what you sacrificed. So I just want to get that out the way as well before I forget. I never want to, people to think I'm ungrateful for what they do to me, or for me, rather. I appreciate it. Even when it comes down to your time, taking time out to watch the show, and I go through and I try to read all of the live chat and the comments too, and people make some of the most wonderful comments. People tell me, man, I've been watching you for years and you helped me get through all of this madness. And when I read those things, they encourage me, because if I leave it up to YouTube, they would discourage me. That's what they would do with all of their censoring and all of their suppression of my videos. It's unbelievable. But hey, I won't dwell on that. I'll dwell on the positive. And since we are getting some people that are logging in, and I'm assuming that it will get better, more people will come in as we go and they realize, oh, shoot, man, I got caught slipping. Kev came on. That number will increase. And something else I wanted to say. Luciano said, I've been here since 2017. Those were back in the days, y'all. Oh, yeah, hopefully I haven't changed too much. Just a little gray in the beard. That's all. Little gray in the beard. Don't make me shave it off, though. They'd be like, yeah, Kev, that gray gives you about 8 more years. I'll be, whoa. I'm not going to be the guy that's dyeing my beard and stuff like that. I mean, at some point you just got to go ahead and grow old gracefully. Take it to the chin, man. Embrace the gray. It shows wisdom. There you go. So, you won't catch me dyeing it. Y'all be like, man, your beard's all black now. What happened? The sun turned it black. Now, I ain't gonna do that to y'all. I will just go ahead and let it be gray or shave it off, one or the other. But now, let's get into what is going on around this country. We got some juice, y'all, some juicy stuff. But before I do that, I want to check and make sure that everybody can hear me. Ooh, I'm gonna get you one way or another. I'm gonna find him. I'm gonna get him one way. I'm talking about that gnat. You see that gnat fly by? Wait right good until I hit play. Till I hit the street. Then they started just flying right in front of the screen. I didn't even see it. I came in, I tried to go ahead and look, check out the room first. Gnat proof the room. And all of a sudden they like, no, hold. Wait until he hit play. See, then one was on my head. Now it's making me smack myself. You see? Boy, he's going to pay a price when I get him. Oh, yeah, y'all. So anyway, I know he's in there somewhere lurking. But let's go ahead and get ready to get into it. But first, I got to get loose, y'all, before I get busy. While I look for that gnat, too. Real gorilla. Real gorilla. There's some cheese in the building. Gorillas in here. Yeah. Gorillas in here. Yeah, somebody said Ohio gnats. That's right, man. I don't know if the gnats are like this everywhere else, but boy, these are some pesky suckers, man. Oh, man, I can't wait till gnat season is over. And no way to keep a gnat out either. You could have the room airtight, somehow gnats get in. Like, how the heck did they, what the crap? Yeah, they drilling, they got tools and stuff. All right, Dad, we're going to go through this entry. It's unbelievable. Anyway, all right, so, guys, everybody's flipping out over illegal immigration. It's funny how we cannot get this out of our system. The Democrats won't let that happen because this has been their last-ditch effort to change the demographics of the country and, the voting demographics especially. So therefore, they're going down with the ship when it comes down to fighting against the Trump administration and all of the deportations, which, if they were smart, they would try to at least pretend that American citizens were just as important as all of these illegals. But they have dedicated their full-time, all-out press when it comes down to going after Trump over these illegal immigrants. Now, don't get me wrong. They'll go after him for everything he does or don't do. But this one right here is near and dear to their heart because based on their popularity right now, they stink. And it looks like they might even take it to the chin during the midterms. So yeah, their big, secret weapon, which is to bring all these illegal immigrants in and flood the whole country to the point where even if Trump win, there's like, well, maybe he won't be able to get them all out. But he's dedicating a lot of resources to getting these illegal immigrants out of here. Even to the point, though, where these Democrats are willing to make a complete jackass of themselves trying to defend these illegal immigrants. They don't realize how horrific they look. And the news, too. I mean, all you hear is about that the way that he's going after these illegals and he's disappearing people and their due process and we're going to help them and they're a part of our community. They don't realize that average human U.S. citizens that are looking at this, that aren't brainwashed, they're going, why are y'all so concerned about these illegal immigrants? What's it to you? What is it to you, man? Y'all don't show this same type of concern when it comes down to us, the American citizens. Oh, he's tempting me too, y'all. He's flying right past me like, All right, I got you. I'm waiting for him. I'm anticipating. Swat his butt down. Anyway, now, that gnat tried to break my attention. I bet you that gnat was sent by the DNC. All right, now, so with that being said, let's look at how crazy these folks are getting and how crazy it's getting when it comes down to the resistance. So let's get into it, y'all. I'm going to try to get through this one quickly as I can. Oh, yeah. Don't forget. Oh, yeah. Text that number, 330-974-4607. Text MAGA to that number so you can stay connected to me just in case. And don't forget Kevin's Corner Store. I got so caught up. Forgot all about that. And I do have a PayPal and a Cash App link below each one of my videos if you want to support the channel in that way outside of the super chat. Now, let's get into it, y'all, because I'm excited about these clips today. Here we go. Oh, so they finally done went down there to visit Alligator Alcatraz. Let's see how it goes. Oh yeah, here we go. Alligator Alcatraz, baby. Put that sign up there. Love it. Love it. I'm mad I'm not down there taking pictures. I heard they're hiring. Yeah, man. Look at them taking snapshots.
Here's a family thinking that it's fun to...
Yeah. Uh-oh. So they're mad. There's people saying there's a family thinking that it's fun to take pictures under the Alligator Alcatraz sign. Okay, so now you know that was going to tick everybody off. That name alone is trolling the left. Alligator Alcatraz. I mean, let's be real. You know, if they don't complain about the conditions of all of the prisons around the United States, including the real Alcatraz. I mean, it was surrounded by shark-infested waters. But now all of a sudden, though, you have to be delicate with all these illegal immigrants. See, yeah, you can't put them in a discomforting situation. Yeah, any position or situation they put these illegals in, the Democrats and the fake news and all their radicals are going to say, those are inhumane conditions. The fact that you even got them. The fact you even got them and you put them in a 5-star hotel. That 5-star hotel, does it have room service every 2 minutes? If it doesn't. So they make themselves look stupid defending stuff that Americans, when they are detained or put in jail or whatever, they have to endure. They make themselves look stupid. Like, man, we want to make conditions perfect and beautiful for these illegal immigrants, which we know that's impossible. Therefore, the alternative is leave them alone. Let them stay. Leave them be. That's what the alternative is. There's no condition that the Trump administration, when they detain and deport these people, can put these folks into where the left would say, okay, fine, that's good. Leave them. That's good enough there. So they get air conditioned. They get 5 meals a day. They're allowed to sit up all night on their phones. They have their own individual rooms with lazy boy chairs, right? They got the internet. Okay, all right, then that's fine. That's fine. But actually, it's not. So let's go ahead and see them go crazy over these conditions, because I guess they think that these people are getting eaten by alligators.
There's their faces.
There's their faces, but they think they're doxing people, y'all. They think they're... Now, if these people are willing to take selfies in front of the darn sign, then what are you doing? You know, you know they're going to post this somewhere, and you're like, there's their faces. Hey, so they know that what they're doing. They're taking the pictures because they're going, this is great.
Figure out who they are, what they do for a living. Oh, look, he's going to go get a friend.
Yeah, go get a friend.
So intimidated.
Uh-oh. So here we go. This is the left going in on Alligator Alcatraz and these people taking pictures. Let's see what they got to say. Starting off with Miss Piggy. That's right. Starting off with, you know what? Donald Trump is a man baby. The fake bootleg behind Republican. I haven't heard this woman say anything or support anything that the Republicans have done or supported since Trump ran. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. So she might as well just go ahead and make the confession that she's a undercover Democrat. And actually, she's not even undercover. We all know what she is. But let's continue. Here we go.
This is horrible. What's happening is horrible. If you are out there in the Everglades, driving out there and getting out of your car to take a picture like if it was the Eiffel Tower.
You're having a great time? That's right. Yeah, that means you sitting back going, man, I support this. This is what I voted for. Darn right. That's what that means?
You are a racist.
Oh, God. Dun, dun, dun. Here we go.
Here we go.
Oh, boy, man. They don't know that they have worn out the racist welcome. Good grief. Everything is not motivated by racism. You can't stop for a second to see that, man, me wanting illegal immigrants deported that y'all brought in millions have nothing to do with racism. But, you know, it's hard to defend that. So, of course, you got to slide that in because, you know, that's the number one go-to, where which they don't realize they have diluted racism to the point where they go, oh, here we go.
And you are a horrible human being.
Horrible human being, y'all. Horrible human being. But now, wait a minute. You're telling me the Biden administration, they're not horrible human beings for, pretty much importing in over 11, 12, maybe even 20 million people in 3.5 years, knowing they couldn't really take care of them, knowing that they would bring all kind of issues to our country, knowing that kids would be, trafficked, knowing that all of these horrific things would come out of this, and they did it anyway. But they're not horrible people. That was humane. They were having them come for a better life. So let's continue watching Anna Navarro make a fool of herself.
And I don't think. And by the way, there's like Cubans who are legal permanent residents who are in that detention center right now, because this is not just about undocumented immigrants. When you're taking away temporary protective status, when you are putting legal permanent residents in detention and deporting them.
Legal permanent residents. What does she even mean by that? Because if I go off of the true definition, not their interpretation of what a legal permanent resident is, because see, in their mind, all of these illegal immigrants are legal. If they got a short-term stay and then they told them, well, wait a minute, you don't qualify for asylum. You got to go. Oh, no, that's not good enough. We want more due process, to whatever. So, in her mind, a legal permanent resident. I'm gonna leave him. I'm gonna leave his body out for everybody to see him. Anyway, in her mind, a legal permanent residence is just an illegal immigrant that came here and maybe got a work permit or whatever, or that they overstayed their visa and they should go. But at some point, they might have told them you could stay for a little bit. But in the true essence of which she said it in, that would mean that if you're a legal permanent resident, then that would make you a citizen. So show me all of the American citizens that ICE is detaining, locking them up, and deporting them. They keep saying this. And I'm going, but nobody's coming out going, I'm the one that she's talking about. When the Democrats say they're locking up American citizens, I'm that person. Nobody has come out to say that. Nobody has said, look, I'm a full-blown American citizen. Here's all my proof. And they deported me. So what is she talking about? Oh, she's spreading lies. Miss Piggy's spreading lies.
When you are threatening U.S. citizens that you don't like, that you're going to take away their citizenship, naturalized ones.
What, just making it up? That's what you're doing? Of course, she's just making it up. And this is the type of stuff that make me say, how's the View still in business? How is it in business? Why don't they start slinging some lawsuits to them so that they can get hit repeatedly with those the community notes? There's another one. Anna, don't you say that. So here she is. She just sweeping down. American citizens are being threatened just, with their citizenship just because we don't like what they're saying. We don't like what they're saying. Full-blown American citizen. But if that was the case, then you would be gone, Anna. See, that's what they don't realize. Yeah, Miss Piggy, you would be gone. The whole View would be gone. If we could just simply say, you know what, based on them saying stupid stuff, whole bunch of lies, whole bunch of accusations, accusing folks of this and that. Yeah, just based on that, we don't like them. Let's go ahead and revoke their citizenship as full-blown American citizens and deport them. So now, if we can't do it to you guys, which are the worst offenders, then where are the rest of these people you're talking about? So let's continue.
When you are talking about birthright citizenship and taking that away,
get rid of it. Yeah, outdated.
This is not about going after the criminals and the gang members.
It's not.
This is about making America white again.
There it is. There it is. Dun, dun, dun. Can't win or defend all of this stupidity. So therefore, it's not getting rid of illegal immigrants. It's about making America white again. Now, what does that even mean? That's my question. White again, like as right now, the white population isn't the greatest population in America right now. I mean, right now they're leading in population. So what are you talking about? Show me all these white people who, when they make the illegal immigration argument, what they're really saying is we want all these folks gone because they're colored. We want it to be as white as my t-shirt. Unbelievable. But that's what she just said. That's what she just said. And you got people that are in that audience going, maybe this sign is going to apply.
It's about, I think, one, deporting people, and two, scaring people out of this country.
Right? Yeah, that's exactly what it's about. Deporting people and scaring people out the country. Yeah, a good old-fashioned alligator Alcatraz would do something like that to you. Yeah, don't make it comfortable. I mean, Joe Biden have made it very comfortable and accommodating to bring people in the country. See, that's the difference. That's the difference. Because see, when you say, come on in, we'll fly you around. We'll give you all of these resources. Maybe give you some medical care, put you in a nice 5-star hotel. You know, oh, if you want to go ahead and go down to Atlanta, you want to go ahead to this, you want to go to the East Coast, West Coast, whatever, we'll fly you. That right there doesn't discourage people. It encourages people to come here and lie about why they're here and why they come and all of that stuff. So to reverse that, you make it painful. You coach them into self-deporting. It's kind of like I told you, I had a boss that he said, look, you don't even got to fire certain people. You coach them to quit. Make conditions so difficult to where they say, man, I'm out of here. I'm going to find another job. That's right. You choke out all the resources that they give into all these illegal immigrants. You make them feel like they can't go around and just enjoy America freely without looking over their shoulder. Yeah, you make them feel like, man, I can't even work and get this money off this job. I can't. Yeah, you make them feel like that. And then you show them Alligator Alcatraz and you say, now, you can end up here or you can get on your fancy app that Milkas came up with and say, all right, I want to go back to Guatemala. You still flying people? I don't want to end up in Alligator Alcatraz. That'll do it. But here she is making this seem like it's a bad thing.
That is why he said, he has sent people to a gulag in El Salvador, disappeared them. A gulag where people only leave if they're dead.
Only if they're dead. To the gulags, right?
Kilmar Abrego Garcia is now back in the United States.
Hey, is he dead? Did Killer Garcia come back in a body bag? In a box? You got to be kidding me. How'd he make it back? They're only supposed to come back if they're dead.
Prosecutors had acknowledged that the Maryland resident was wrongly deported to a prison in El Salvador in March when the president invoked the Wartime Alien Enemies Act.
A gulag where people only leave if they're dead.
Shut your mouth, S.A.
That's right. You shut your mouth, S.A.
People under 18, we are already a majority minority country. That means that there are 50% are a minority, are not white. And we were, as a country, in route to, in a few years, be overall in the population a majority minority.
That's what's scaring them.
Yeah,
that's what's scaring them. Now you see this crap, and now you got to understand. Anna Navarro, she knows what she's doing. Now, unfortunately, Joy Behar, who chimed in, the peanut guy, she's a part of the peanut gallery. She really believes it. Once again, her and Whoopi, of course, are the ones that are completely ignorant to how ignorant they are. Now that's sad. When you are ignorant to how ignorant you are. So therefore, when they say things, they really do. That's what's scaring them. So wait a minute, all these people, including the large population of legal immigrants in our country who voted for Trump and don't like illegal immigration. I guess that's what's scaring them. Yeah, we're scared to be overtaken by more people of color than white folks. Or could it be we don't want to end up like Europe? Right now, over in, I think, Spain? Yeah, they're going to war right now. Folks done rose up, they're fighting in the streets, and the cops are attacking the citizens of Spain instead of the immigrants that's coming in here beating up, harassing, and tearing up stuff in the citizens' neighborhoods. We don't want to end up like that. So when it comes down to immigration, I don't care what color, race you are, if you come the right way. There it is. I'll sit down and chum it up with you and ask about where you came from and hey, how is it in Botswana? What do y'all do there? Is it fun? What kind of animals you have there? But if you come here legally, I ain't got nothing for you, man. But here she is. That's what they're scared of. Unreal, man.
They are trying to make America white again. Don't fool yourself.
It's not going to work. It's not going to happen. They can't do it.
Watch me. Oh, but wait. Here we go. Watch this dummy.
Tonight, the state still has not released the number of people being detained at the so-called Alligator Alcatraz. But for the first time ever, we're hearing from several men who are being held inside the facility.
NBC 6 politics reporter Hasselbella live right now.
Let me make sure I did not get rid of. Oh, yeah, here it is. Y'all ready? Y'all ready for somebody who is about to go ahead and talk themselves through, diagnose how stupid they are? Watch this. This is great.
Now, with what inmates are reporting this evening, Hansel?
Liance Izquierdo is a self-described Cuban urban artist. Says he's here legally, is a permanent resident. But last week, he was arrested for a violent incident. And tonight...
Oh, arrested for a violent incident. this self-described artist, here in, he got arrested for a violent incident. So now look what he does to get everybody on his side that is stupid.
Right. He talks to us from inside that detention center.
Okay.
Detention center lights are on 24/7.
Oh, y'all hear it? He said, man, they got the lights on 24/7. Oh, man, that's messed up. I guess he's supposed to determine when the lights go off. So then maybe the guys just looking over him don't see anybody get shanked, to see what's going on in there, see the movement. Look, you're not there for comfort. So now he's mad because the lights be on and stuff. This is harsh stuff, guys. This is harsh stuff. This is the type of stuff that you would see in a concentration camp, as the Democrats have been saying. So let's see.
The mosquitoes, he says, are the size of elephants.
Well, then ride them. There you go. Get on top of them suckers and fly around. Have a great time with them. Yeah, the mosquitoes are the size of elephants. Yeah. Unfortunately, you're not supposed to be that comfortable down there, okay? Now stop whining about the mosquitoes. Yeah, I don't went down there in Florida. I mean, the mosquitoes are everywhere. Big. I went to the what do you call it? The Everglades. Yeah, you think the mosquitoes was like, leave these people alone, they're tourists. No. So now he's whining. He's whining about the mosquitoes being big. You don't sound too tough to me, buddy. You're whining about mosquitoes. Let's continue. What else?
No creo que eso sea de humano.
That's his girlfriend? She's. She look like a man.
Tener a personas en esas condiciones.
Izquierdo's girlfriend says these are not humane conditions.
They're not? What? The same conditions in almost every prison around America? But this isn't humane conditions and stuff.
Name's Taylor, and
So now, here's a dummy. Here is a victim of all this propaganda. Listen to this lady make a fool of herself.
less than 24 hours, I'm driving to Alligator Alcatraz
She going
to
down there?
resist the atrocities going on there.
To resist the atrocities going down there. This white liberal is about to jump in her vehicle, right? And go down there to resist the atrocities that's going on down there.
And I have not been able to find anybody who is in support of this.
That's right. Because you're the only crazy one. Yeah, when you get on the horn and talk to some people down in Florida, your friends are going, what are you doing? Don't come down here.
I have been reaching out to resistance groups and people in Florida locally that I thought would be supportive. And I've been ghosted or told that I shouldn't go because it's uninhabitable.
Now, this woman decided to get on the internet and bring up all the reasons why not to do this. Why not to do this? You hear this? But I'm about to do it, though. This right here is insanity. Now, so she's looking to be a victim. She wants everybody to look at her like a person willing to sacrifice themselves and give up everything for the cause, only to destroy her living condition. Watch this. So now we done heard we just heard a couple negatives. We heard a couple negatives. She can't find nobody that says, yeah, that's a good idea. Okay, what else?
I am not sure what to do. I feel really called to do this. I can't continue working or living life as normal. I have to do something.
Something. I feel called to do this. So you feel called to waste your gas, your time, drive all the way to Florida only to be rejected. That's what you're doing. If I'm her psychiatrist, I'm sitting here listening to her and I'm going, continue, because what you're doing is you're helping yourself. As you say these things out loud, you should start saying, you know what? This is starting to sound like a bad idea. The more I hear myself say these things, it's starting to sound like a bad idea. So watch this.
And this seems like very clear to me that this needs resistance.
It needs resistance, y'all. But don't forget, resistance is futile. See, what are you going to go do? Go down there and break the folks out? You're going to ride in on the alligators, like Ace Ventura, and break some folks out? Nothing will come of this except for what she's about to describe is going to happen to her own living conditions.
And in-person resistance and attention and eyes and somebody there.
Thank you. What the heck is wrong with these people?
And I feel like I am not the most poised resource-wise to be the person going.
Wow. You're saying a lot of negatives. Now I'm sitting here listening to you and I'm going, okay, wait, so you don't have the resources to go. You can't find anybody who's saying it's a good idea. So wait, you're going somewhere. You're getting somewhere with this.
I barely have enough money to make it there with gas, and
So you might not even make it. You might get halfway and run out of gas. Now you borrowing money from people, calling folks out. Can you wire me some cheese because of my activism? My TDS got me out on the road all by myself. I then broke down. So wait, not the most poised person to do it. I ain't got a lot of money to make it happen. Nobody thinks it's a good idea. What else?
I'm taking time off work, who have been very understanding, but I'm not sure I'll have a job to come back to.
Might get fired. Now you see? Now you would hope that a Democrat politician who knows that they just been japping these people up would be watching this and would say, hey, we can't do this to, she's our vote. She's one of our voters. Can somebody find out who this person is so we can tell her, hey, look, it's really not that bad. I mean, this is just something we tell people. We just get them excited about thinking it's a concentration camp and stuff. You don't want to lose your job and get out on the road, first of all, with no money. Secondly, the job you have must not be paying you a lot if you can't get there because money's tight. Thirdly, when you lose and spend all your money going, you might not even make it there. And you might have to call somebody to give you a bus ticket to go back to home where you no longer have a job. Now, do you see all these negatives? This person is laying the case for I am nuts. I'm telling you why this is crazy. But watch what she concludes.
And I am afraid of bugs and snakes, and I don't like camping. And
you're no good for this. You're ruining the interview. Yeah, if you're doing an interview right now, though, we want a real good protester, somebody who's pretty radical. Can you tell me a little bit about yourself? Because we're thinking about sending you down to Alligator Alcatraz. I'm not the most proficient. I don't have money to get there. I'm scared of bugs. I'm scared of my shadow. I'm scared of alligators. Are they going to eat me? Are they going to eat me? I'm scared of... Right now, the person will be going, why are you here? Mate, you're telling me all the reasons why I shouldn't hire you. Well, right now, she is telling her own self why I shouldn't go. But that TDS is going to override all of this common sense.
I don't like being outdoors. I'm terrified. And
so now, before I go, I got to let y'all know I'm a victim too. Maybe she's setting up a GoFundMe. Maybe she wants some people to give her some money. Or just because she's really an undercover narcissist. So I'm going to get on here and vomit up all of these issues. And that's the thing about liberals. They all got issues. I have paranoia. I got OCD. I suffer from depression. Got a whole bunch of problems, man. I mean, they are infested with issues. And the more the better. See, the more the better. I'm on 17 different medications. I always think that the sky is falling, but I'm going to go. I'm going to risk it all because of my white supremacy privilege and all of this. And I'm going, if you're that fragile and your living condition is that jacked up, how about you stay? How about you stay home? But not her.
And yet I still feel like it is worth it to sacrifice my comfort and my privilege. And
there it is. You see that white guilt kick in right there? That's what it is. Yet I still feel, after all of these things I just told y'all, that is a negative thing. I feel like I still got to do it because of my white privilege. Now, if you had white privilege, you would have money. See, that's what she don't realize. Yeah, buddy. I think I got him. Darn it. I don't see the body nowhere. You can't really, unless you see a body. You got to see the body. I need evidence. I think I might have missed him. But anyway, if she had all this white privilege, then she wouldn't have to worry about a job coming home. I might not have a job. I ain't got enough money to make it. Look like your white privilege is failing you. Right now, I feel like I'm way better off than you are with your white privilege, and I'm black. So here she is. She's going to do it because of her white privilege. And that white privilege is not going to put gas in her tank. I guess I like to fill up on pump 9 with white privilege. Oh, you don't take that here? You don't take that? Okay, I'll go to the next gas station and see if my white privilege works here. Going to the restaurant that I haven't eaten in about 17 hours. I've been driving. I like to buy a hamburger with white privilege. Yeah, about that. That's not a thing. What? See, so now she's going to get down there on her white privilege.
Whatever else, because there's a concentration camp that my government built, and I can get to it.
There it is. That right there, I guess, justifies her doing all of this stupid stuff right here. Because in her brain, she thinks the government built a concentration camp down there. Now, do you see what these Democrats have done and the fake news and all of them when they call this place a concentration camp? You know, all you're doing is really hurting, you know, people with mental illness. That's what you're doing. You are taking advantage of simple-minded, dumb behind, some of them suffering from mental illness, voters, your own voters. Y'all don't even care that they do stupid things. They don't care that they react to this stuff as if it's real and put them in all kind of bad positions because they done bought into this trash. It's unbelievable. So now here she is going to go down there to see what? The concentration camp where nobody is being tortured, experimented on, put in chambers. None of that. None of that's happening. They just got to deal with big mosquitoes. Do you think the Jews would have been like, that's okay, I'll tolerate this during the the Holocaust? Hey, give me the big mosquitoes. You think the Jews would be okay with the light being on? Yeah, they would be. I'm cool with that. I mean, based on how they're treating us, that's a blessing. Turn on the lights, give me the big mosquitoes. But here she is, my country's building concentration camps. I'm about to do the stupidest thing ever. And then look at the stupid question she asked.
And I can do something. And I'm just looking for somebody who might tell me that I'm not crazy.
Oh. You're crazy as a bat. Right now, you're batty. Now, she done went through all of that. Basically, what she's telling you is somebody talk me out of this because I'm about to do something real stupid. But you think anybody gonna talk her out of that mess? No, because she's probably surrounded by other liberals. Go, girl. Go on down there and use your white privilege. So now she wants to know, she wants somebody to tell her that, you know what, don't do it. You're crazy. Now, you know she ain't gonna listen. I mean, every conservative that watched this clip, wherever she posted this and uploaded it, probably ratioed all through there. You are crazy. Don't do it. You're fascist. You're racist. You support this anyway, so I'm not going to listen to you. And she probably right now is on the road somewhere off to the side while I'm making this video. Just sitting there like anybody hitchhiking because she ran out of gas.
You are crazy.
Yeah, you are.
They're sick or they're crazy. There's something really wrong with these
Yes,
people.
it is. But wait. Let's see where it's coming from, though. Because now we're going to go from that individual right there to the media.
So they essentially drink, they get their drinking water, and they brush their teeth where they poop.
What? Now, do y'all see the white lady with the jerry curl? You know, Debbie Washington Schultz or whatever, rocking that S-curl all over the place. I mean, good grief, can't you straighten that mess out? So the lady who looks like she always just getting out the shower is down there. She made it, y'all. They finally got a chance to go in and do a little bit of oversight. Really, they're just coming down there to come out there and make all of these drastic, over-the-top, exaggerated claims that their precious illegal immigrants are living in inhumane, conditions. So I'm going to see if I can go ahead and debunk the lady with the jerry curls claims. There's those horrible conditions, and I'm looking at that. I'm going, looks like a summer camp set up right there.
In the same unit. They bragged that they went above standards, supposedly, and gave them a 3-foot privacy wall that stretches the length inside the 32 detainee cage. A 3-foot privacy wall that stretches the length of the 3 toilet.
Yeah. What's wrong with that? I mean, it's better than just having the toilet just sitting right out there. 3 feet. You know how tall you have to be to sit on the toilet, and a 3-foot wall can't cover you? I mean, the most you're going to see is somebody's top of the head. But I guess she wants a closed-in door with air conditioning and a private room and, air spray and all that stuff. Apparently, she has never been to summer camp for guys, or a football locker room She's never been to one of those. Never been to an American prison because she don't care about what goes on in our prisons, though. You know, do you think they accommodate guys in American prisons? Everybody got their own individual bathrooms, the showers. Yeah, you all got your individual showers. No, it's designed to be inconvenient. Now, the question is, are they making girls and guys all use the same bathrooms and all that? No, these are all guys down there. But let's continue hearing her exaggerate as if these conditions are unlivable.
Clear throughout this entire tour, it was repeated over and over that the state is working hand in glove with ICE. This facility was inspected by ICE. They review their detention standards. They are using cages. These detainees are living in cages.
Living in cages. Okay, wait. So, like, is that like a dog cage, a 2 or 3 by 4 or something like that? They're all bent over and stuff. Or are these cages that allow them to have beds and stuff in there, but just can't roam around freely because they're being detained? Basically, the cages are taking the place of bars. See, that's how, when you're detained, things work. You don't just have them out in the open being able to just come and go as they want. So now they're living in cages. You know they had to bring that up. However, I am a little concerned about how they weren't too concerned when who was it? It was Ted Cruz went down there doing mucus when he was running his little show, and he showed all those kids and stuff. All those kids that were laying all on the floor like puppies. You know how puppies just lay piled up on. Yeah, they were all laying on the floor in some, I guess, some silver, wrapping, some aluminum foil. They were all wrapped up in aluminum foil. Hundreds of them. And the lady was trying to block the camera. Please respect them. Please respect them. Yeah, they were in a big cage and they didn't even have beds. Didn't have beds. All laying on each other, and I didn't hear one of them going down there boo-hooing, saying we're here for oversight. Nothing. But these people who got beds inside of these caged-in areas, not cages, a caged-in area, okay? But she's not going to tell you that. She wants you to think they're in there like a dog cage where they're bent over.
The pictures that you've seen don't do it justice.
It don't do it justice? I'm sure people in prison probably is looking at that going, you know what, I'm jealous. I'm a little upset. They got cages and we got bars? This is messed up. Y'all always looking out for the illegal immigrants and not us. We would take those cages over these bars.
They are essentially packed into cages, wall-to-wall humans, 32 detainees per cage.
Now that is wall-to-wall. That's wall-to-wall, 32 humans per enclosure. Because see, that she wants you to think it's just a cage. Like they got one small cage and all 32 people are packed in there. Kind of like when Ted Cruz went down there and filmed all of those kids in there, packed in there like cages, laying on top of each other with aluminum foil. Don't forget, they did give them something to cover themselves. They gave them some aluminum foil looking thingamajigger. But that's neither here nor there. That's neither here nor there. She wants to get back to 32 people. Now, when I got arrested for nothing, okay, y'all heard the story maybe, when I got arrested because of the judge, or should I say a prosecutor made a mistake, they put me in the first holding cell, which was tiny as a mug, and it was like 30 of us in there. But then, when they took us from there, they took me to a gymnasium room. It looks like just like a gymnasium, where it was probably about 200 hardened criminals, and then there I am in there with them. Didn't do nothing. And I'm up in there with hardened criminals. I'm like, okay, do y'all like separate the ones that like might be killers and stuff? No? Oh, we just all here, we just the holding area for a while. In there all night. And guess what they gave me for comfort? They gave me a sheet. There it is. And I had to choose. Do I ball the sheet up and make it into a pillow because I'm sleeping on a hard gym floor? Or do I use it to cover myself to keep warm? So I made an executive decision. I sat upright in a fetal position, back up against the wall, put the sheet over me, and stayed there all night mad. Didn't get no sleep. Yeah, and guess what? They didn't separate us. It was hundreds of us in there. Yeah, hundreds of us. And guess what? When they called us in the morning, they got us up, made us go to another room where there was more hundreds of us. And guess what they fed us? Bologna sandwiches. Bologna sandwiches, y'all. I haven't eaten bologna since I was a kid. Yuck. I swore up and down as a grown man. Man, I've seen too much bologna in my life. I'm not eating another bologna. And guess what was right in my face? Bologna, no mayonnaise. They didn't have no cheese on it. It was bologna bread. There you go, buddy. There you go. And I ate that bologna sandwich and didn't complain. But these people, she said they ain't getting enough nourishment and stuff.
That is the only thing inside those cages are their bunk beds.
That's all you need.
And there are 3 tiny toilets.
What, you want them big? You want them to be big old toilets for them to swing their legs while they're sitting on the toilet. There you go. Spinning around on the toilet. Is that what you want? So wait, 32 people in that enclosure and 3 toilets. That is plenty enough. We had a football team of 150 dudes at Miami, had 4 toilets. And guess what? The showers were not individual. Wide open. Wide open. But yet here she is. She wants these people to be living in luxury while they're being detained.
That are toilet units that have a sink attached to it. So they essentially drink, they get their drinking water and they brush their teeth where they poop.
Wait a minute. My plumbing system is set up just like that too. Guess what? I have to go in there and brush my teeth in the bathroom next to the toilet. I'm brushing my teeth where I poop. Oh, wait a minute. I didn't know this was inhumane. We got to do something about this, y'all. All of us regular humans are just regular Americans who've been going into our bathrooms, brushing our teeth with the toilet in there. It's inhumane. Now, is she worried about how that works across the board? I mean, imagine probably the homeless people who live in cardboard boxes. Where do they brush their teeth? Why aren't you concerned about that? Why aren't you going to do oversight in Chicago or up in California where all those homeless people are? Go ahead and push their little flap to the side where the box they're living in. And you got running water in here? No? Okay. Hey, wait a minute. Is that a poop jar you're pooping in? Is that a... So wait, that's your poop and pee jar? Wow. Where do you brush your... Oh, you don't brush your teeth? Oh, yeah, you don't have any. Ooh, yeah. Well, these are inhumane conditions. She ain't doing that. Yeah, because these things don't matter to the Democrats. They want to go down there and make sure that these people go back to the 5-star hotels and stuff that the Biden administration was paying for them to stay in. Make them nice and comfy. However, the goal here is to make it uncomfortable so they'll say, send me back home. I don't like these conditions. And those conditions are not inhumane.
In the same unit.
There's a law.
Unbelievable. Here's another one. Here's another one. Yeah, you see these folks, how stupid they look. Always whining about the illegals. Always, we're on our way down there. We're going to see if their rights are being... They don't realize regular Americans look at these fools and say, y'all are a bunch of... So now here he is. Here's his take on these inhumane conditions.
Right now that many organizations are engaged in. They're tackling this from the environmental aspect of things.
The environmental aspect of things. What environmental aspect? Oh, so you're down there because the alligators don't like you guys there. And you have to relocate the alligators. Anything. You see these fools? Throw anything on the wall to save their precious illegal immigrants. So now it's an environmental issue.
Maxwell Frost, Democrat Congress.
Maxwell Fraud? Maxwell Fraud. Y'all hear that? That's his new nickname. Maxwell Fraud.
Congressman of Florida, a huge fan of illegal immigration.
And you ain't black.
The state has said that the federal government has said that they have nothing to do with the facility. But while we were in there, I have firsthand accounts and quotes right here told by the people leading this facility that the federal government and ICE are calling the shots and telling them where to place things and telling them how to do everything. And so we're going to work up a brief.
Yeah, work up a brief. We're going to spend our time working up a brief, or spend our time trying to sue and stop them from deporting all our precious illegal immigrants instead of making conditions better for the area and the neighborhood that you are over. Isn't that crazy? Look at all the time that they waste trying to protect illegal immigrants. Now, I'm telling you, if I lived in this Cass district, I would be letting the fraud here have it. Look, man, I done seen you on TV multiple times whining about everybody but us. I done seen you down in El Salvador. Now you're back here at Alligator, Alcatraz. And then you're talking about writing up stuff and making it, taking up the time with your staff to, how can we stop this? How can we keep our illegals here? How can we make it seem like ICE is CASHAPP? How can we sue the Trump administration? And I'm going, how about you worry about making life better for the people you're supposed to be governing over? This is unbelievable, but I guess the people in their district are not punishing them enough. And that's what needs to happen.
We're going to work in all this information in a way that people can digest and understand, and we hope it'll help with litigation.
Okay.
It'll help with continued oversight work. And we also know that this, Everglades internment camp is indicative of a larger thing going on right now.
What is it?
Where we have ICE that's just been given $150 billion, more money than the United States Marine Corps.
You know why? Because right now we're not at war. But I tell you what, we are at war internally. We need that money right now. Okay, allocate some of that cheese to more ICE agents, because right now the war is taking place on our homeland. We need more resources to get them out. Right now, this is the priority. Funnel the funds towards this, because see, y'all are hoping we won't get all 11 or 12 million of your folks out of here while Trump is in office. So we got to counter that by increasing and expanding the ICE operation to make them work double, triple, overtime or something. And we got to go ahead and get them out as quick as y'all brought them in. But now, watch the stupid Freudian slip he makes.
To export the terror of our communities across the entire country. So
Say that
we
again?
continue to fight against that. But I'll tell you, wait a minute. Where we have ICE that's just been given $150 billion, more money than the United States Marine Corps, to export the terror of our communities across the entire country.
That's a good thing, right?
Yes, it is. Thank you. I mean, that's exactly what ICE is doing. They are here to deport the terror that Milkas, and Mayor Garlic and Joe Creepy Sleepy and the rest of the whole Democrat Party imported. Yeah. All the folks that's been terrorized by your illegal immigrants running around all over the place, including ICE. So now, Christy Gnomes, what do you say to all these people worried about these precious illegal immigrants?
What I would encourage everybody is that if they're concerned about being in this country illegally, go home. Go home. I have traveled to 10 different countries and worked with their governments from these countries where they come from, and said, when they come home, would you start programs for them to be welcomed back to their own country? Many of them are setting up programs so that when their people come home, they can get a loan for a house.
A loan for a house. What a brilliant idea. What a very simple solution that the Democrats don't want. They don't want that solution. See, because if all of these illegal immigrants decided to go home, then they would be whining and say, no, come back, don't leave, okay? Because you know what? You deserve a better life. You deserve asylum and all of this. But wait, we don't want to go to the concentration camps. We don't want to be detained. We don't want to have to fear, ICE showing up at our jobs and stuff. And then that will become an issue. Don't leave because they're trying to make you all leave because you're people of color and this and that. They don't want them to leave. And they think we don't know that. They think that we really believe they're fighting to make sure these people have due process, that they're not detained illegally, that we're not accidentally deporting American citizens and all of that stuff, as if ICE is stupid, as if ICE don't know that, hey, I detained this person for a minute, and they provided proof of citizenship. So what? So what? It's a gray area. Throw them in. Yeah. So now let's go ahead and get into it, because guess what? Dems are about to overlook child labor, illegal child labor, y'all. Yeah. But before they did that, though, they was mad because ICE raided a marijuana farm. And of course, before they decided or figured out who ICE detained, see, they jump first, then look. That's what they always do. Just like Killer Garcia. What? They deported a man from Maryland with kids and a wife. I thought, you know what? Let's go down there and defend him. And it's what? He's a trafficker? Oh, shoot. He's an MS-13. Oh, why didn't nobody looked into that first? No. Nah. They are looking for anything to latch on to say, look what Trump and all of his the brown shirts are doing. And they don't even care who they arrested, why they arrested them. And in this case, they didn't even stop to say, wait a minute, y'all found what? Who working there?
What we've really seen here is horrific.
It's horrific.
It shouldn't be this way.
You're right. Yeah, seeing children, illegally trafficked children, working on a marijuana farm plant. Yeah, there you go. We shouldn't be seeing this. This right here is horrible.
It is vulgar. It's un-American.
They're unjust, unlawful.
Yeah. You know what else we shouldn't have saw? Millions of them coming across our border and them trafficking kids, trafficking women, throwing kids into the river, people dying in the back of vehicles because it was too hot. Yeah, we shouldn't have seen that stuff. See? Yeah, but it wasn't vulgar. It wasn't inhumane then. Yeah, it's come here by any means necessary. If you make it, you make it. If you don't, it is what it is. Ain't got nothing to do with us. Our goal is just to pack them in however we can. But let's continue, though, because now they're all upset and saying it's vulgar. This coming up with anything. It's inhumane. It's discombobulationist. It's the hick ridiculous. It's and I'm going just winging it, aren't you?
Just unnecessary, and it's creating a lot of distress in our communities.
Unnecessary. Yeah, basically, leave us alone. That's just unnecessary. It's a lot of distress in our communities. What? The American communities or the illegal immigration communities that you guys are putting together? So I'm thinking, what do you mean it's unnecessary? So I guess it's unnecessary to track down and deport all of these folks that should not be in our country. It's just that simple to this guy. Unnecessary.
Here's the thing. They're not going after criminals. They're going after anybody that is brown, that looks like me.
Oh, no. See, here we go. They're not just going after criminals. They're going after anybody who's brown that looks like me. No. They're going after anybody who is here illegally. You big, fat, race-baiting, Marxist conflict theory, sapsucker, douchebag, little teeny looking like dang on Cheech and Chong having, here he is, that people's brown. I cannot stand when they use that. Can't stand it. They never want to focus on legal versus illegal. It's always people of color versus none of the white folks. So now, if they roll up on the scene and a person of your color is hanging out with a whole bunch of other people of your color that happen to be illegal immigrants, and they say, well, hey, you're with them. Can you provide ID and proof of citizenship? And he says, here you go. They go, oh, great. Okay, you go over there. Rest of you guys who don't have it, get in. There you go. If you happen to be a Russian illegal immigrant mixed in with them, you go too. Whatever race, nationality you are. If you're here illegally, you got to go. But they don't want you to know that. See, their goal is to make it a race issue. So here we go.
That can't pass as what they say is a typical American.
This is highly skilled labor. It is not
Highly
easy what these ag workers do.
Now you see this? They jumped the shark early. They didn't even wait to see, are any of these folks that they detain criminals? Are they kids being trafficked, or are these kids being thrown into child labor? Right now, what she said, this is skilled labor, y'all. This farm work is skilled labor, y'all. So here we go, because they want their slave labor. You know, the Democrats ain't changed too much. You know, they still want their slave labor.
They see these folks in the field, and they are members of families.
Members of families. You see them simping for all of these illegal immigrants hard. We don't have, I mean, this network is the pits. The pits. She just sitting there. Her whole goal, to jap up these folks. Make them seem like, you know, they're irreplaceable. They all showed up with their big old straw hats in the morning. Hola, we're here to pick the strawberries, the marijuana. Okay, that this is my cousin Choo Choo. He's 13. Do you mind if he works on the marijuana plant too? See? So now, before finding out how horrible these conditions were with these kids working, here they are. These are the folks that are skilled.
And we've not heard those stories yet, but every one of those people has either a kid or
is a kid. That's what you're about to say. Every one of these people is either a kid or did I say that out loud?
Loved one whose parent or
you see the heartstrings. Propaganda at its best. Every one of these people are human. The humans have feelings. The humans most likely have people that they are connected to, other humans. And unlike all the rest of the humans in our country, that when they get caught doing something illegally, it impacts their family. Unlike that, in this case, it's different. It's different. Yeah. I know a lot of homeboys and brothers who grew up around me. I loved. They was cooler than a fan. I might have admired them when I was a young boy. Foolish. What? So in jail? Man. Yeah, and guess what? I was going, that's a shame. But I ain't going to jail for him. I'm not going down there. Well, you know what? He's a human. He has families. Look, I'm his friend. So-and-so stole a car. He got to go. Yeah, man. His family couldn't go there. And his defense was he got brothers and sisters. And we don't care about that mess. But yet, apparently, this is how they defend all criminals. Because, see, while they're here illegally, that puts them, in a criminal category. Maybe not violent and stuff like that, but they're here illegally. So she don't want to mention that. She want to focus on the humanity and the kids, and they got friends and families. But what about those kids that was picking weed and shouldn't have been?
Aunt or uncle is not coming home tonight. So we are talking about
somebody's aunt or uncle. Guess what? That's all around the world. Yeah, there's I saw a video on this McDonald's manager who was stabbed to death by one of her employees because the chick was crazy. And, come to find out this lady had, I think, 3 or 5 kids. It was ridiculous. She ain't coming home. Yeah, hey, you should saw it. The news was like her family, their kids came down, they're irate, they're crazy. Imagine that. Imagine that. How about all of the victims of illegal immigrants that they end up killing an American? Imagine the lady who they ended up killing. And she had, I think, like 5 kids, the white lady. Yeah, she's not coming home. But here she is. They got friends, they got family, they got nephews and uncles and stuff that are coming home. They're not coming home after. They're not coming home. So we all know their goal and agenda. It is not to go ahead and assess this issue correctly and according to the law. It is to run interference for it and the Democrats.
about half of America's farm workers who are undocumented. That could be upwards of 3 million people.
And that is a problem. There you go, about half. So what should we do? Oh, you know what? This greater than us, godly man. We done forgot how to pick fruit. That's what we done did. We done got so uppity. Yeah, we don't know how to do it. It's kind of like outsourcing all of our steel. Oh, now what? Oh, well, we don't know how to make steel anymore. We need China to make it. We can do these things. You do know that. And highlighting how many millions of people here illegally working these jobs is a problem. You probably shouldn't have highlighted that. Should have probably downplayed it. But when I hear that number, I go, what the heck? Wait a minute, that's a problem. You're saying it like it's a good thing.
The level of Republican hate towards blue states is insane. It's insane to the point that...
What, hate towards blue? Do we hate blue states? No, we laugh at them. We criticize them. But we're not like Democrats who, when they look at red states, they hate us. They hope bad things happen, like hurricanes blow us all away. And, floods take up. We just go, man, y'all got what y'all voted for when it come down to all the crime, all of the chaos, all the illegal immigrants in your city. But if something bad happened to you, yeah, I ain't got to. And you know what? We'll leave you alone if you follow the law. That's the thing about it. Yeah, man. I'm sure ICE don't want to spend no more time in blue states than they have to. Go in there, clear it out, get them out of there, and you won't have to worry about us. And y'all can solve it by going ahead and enforcing the law. You wouldn't have to worry about us coming in your blue states. So now this is all motivated by just hating blue states, y'all. Let's hear this lady.
That they're invading California farms, farm workers picking blueberries.
You mean the kids? And I guess now that's the new name for weed. The farm workers, the kid farm workers picking weed, blueberries. Y'all ain't never heard of the blueberry flavor? The blueberry flavor of weed?
Almonds. This is going to have an effect.
Yeah, they got all kind of flavors of weed now. Almond flavored, blueberry flavored. Hey, Seuss. All right, I know you're 7, but get to work, okay? I'm not paying you 13 cents an hour for nothing. So let's continue.
On the entire United States, while the Department of Agriculture head is talking about putting people on Medicaid to work in the farms. So what are they going to do next?
No, you know what? That ain't too bad of a deal. Now, you like that Medicaid, don't you? We know you're not really disabled, but you need them. We got a job for you. Yeah. Just picking some blueberries. You can eat some too. You could only eat so many blueberries, so you ain't even got to worry about them getting half their own supply. And I would make it accessible to all of them, like they did when I worked at Keebler Cookies. made sure we didn't steal no cookies because on the lunch break, they had a full-blown smorgasbord of Keebler products. First night, I went in like Buff Love. Got so sick, I didn't want a Keebler anything. To this day, I won't even eat Keeblers. Won't even eat it. I'm like, oh, God, I remember feeling like I was about to vomit because I gorged on Keebler products. They're like, yeah, see? And we don't have to worry about him stealing off the line. So, yeah, hire some Americans to go in there, man. You know, hey, you might not make as much, but, hey, you getting free Medicaid from us. So you make a little cheese on the side, get your Medicaid, get a suntan. But I guess these Americans are too, sorry to do. We forgot. That's skilled labor, picking berries.
Come and round up all the people who are on Medicaid and put them in buses and chain them up like a chain gang?
Oh, boy. The imagination of liberals.
I mean, y'all are so out there.
We're out there. Y'all are so out there. Are we? Are we? So, wait. All of the crazy behind liberal ideas and policies that most likely this lady support. And she's talking about we're out there. But yet, we are okay with watching millions of people come across our border under the Biden administration. Every day we're watching hundreds of thousands of them just coming. Yeah, and that was cool with her. That was cool. No problems with that, right? I wonder if she's worried about the 300,000 something kids that are missing. And yet, the Biden administration didn't do nothing about it. Weren't even worried about it. They had no sense of urgency. I call that out there. Yeah, but now all of a sudden everybody worried about the kids.
Like, America and our tax dollars go towards helping all Americans.
Good. I got him, y'all. Nah. Yeah. Let me go ahead and little alcohol. Yeah, I brought this just for them to send a message. There we go. Yeah, I knew I'd get one today. I brought the cleaning products. Yeah. Who's next? Huh? Is there any more? Huh? Who else wants some of Debo? Thought so. Now, getting back to this crazy liberal, because she's about to get some of Debo right now. So here she is talking about we're out there. But what about all those hundreds of thousands of kids that are missing? Here we go.
Keeping us safe, keeping our food prices low, but this is a dictatorship?
So our tax dollars are supposed to go to, you said it right, Americans. Americans. How can we get this through to these idiots? These people have bought into the lie that all of these illegal immigrants are like us. There's no difference. I'm sure when she was talking about how our tax dollars are supposed to go to Americans, she was including them. I'm pretty sure. Just like when the Democrats refer to it, they're including the illegal immigrants when they talk about our job is to keep all Angelenos safe. Which ones? The ones that aren't really Angelino citizens, they're illegal immigrants, but you don't decipher. You don't go ahead and make the distinction. You want people like this dummy to go ahead and let her tax dollars go to giving them stipends and stuff.
This is authoritarianism, and this is unacceptable.
What you're seeing behind me right now is happening in California.
Oh, shoot.
Right now.
Look at that.
As ICE agents are using tear gas on children.
On children. Now, I'm sure there's more to that story. You see how they just simplify it. There you go, guys. Get on your little TikTok thing, grab your little thing like you're really doing stuff. ICE agents. So you wonder why all of these dummies are attacking ICE. So what I'm to believe, I got to go ahead and break this down in dummy terms, okay? Because, see, I'm going to take him literally. The ICE agents rode up on the scene. They saw a whole bunch of children. And they said, you know what we should do? Fire some tear gas into these children. There you go. For what, man? Hey, Captain, why would we do that? The kids aren't bothering us. They're not throwing rocks at us. These kids are just minding their own business, sitting over there. Now, so what? I think it'd be funny. Let's go ahead. Let's see what happened. I like to see the little kids go, I can't breathe. It'll be hilarious. We'll talk about it later back at the office. That's what we do. That's what happened. Or could it be more to the story?
Yes, you heard that correctly. Using tear gas
on children and protesters in California as ICE agents have showed up to start grabbing people.
So the first question I have, why are children there? I mean, this is a weed farm. Now, that would mean either the protesters brought kids to a protest, or there's kids already there. And unfortunately, because the adults start acting a fool, tear gas was shot and probably blew in a direction you can't really tell where tear gas is going. But when you have to shoot it, unfortunately, bystanders are going to get a little whiff. But my question becomes, how did those kids get, what are they doing there? Thank you for informing me that kids are there, because a rational, logical thinking person is going to go, what are kids doing there? You done opened up a can now, so let's see.
As they do, without warrants, without due process.
Without warrants,
this is where we're at in America. So continue to please share these videos on whatever form you see them in. Because
now, I don't know about these dummies, but back in my day, when the cops rolled up on the set and said, disperse, I bounced. You know why? Because I didn't want to inhale the tear gas. Yeah, I've been in situations where riots took place out at some festival or something, and the cops shoot. So you know what? I don't go running into it to become a victim so I could whine about them shooting tear gas. I say, you know what? That stuff don't look fun. I don't need to inhale it to know that that mess burns. I'm like, let's get out of here before they shoot some tear gas at us. But these people keep antagonizing them, staying away, taunting them, doing it to the point where they got to go, now we got to shoot tear gas. Yeah, but when that happens, the narrative is, we weren't doing nothing. We weren't doing nothing. Then they say, look at those kids, let's shoot tear gas at them.
Because everyone needs to see this, and we need to start deciding.
Yeah, I do need to see that. I need to see, why are two little kids running with their parent on this marijuana farm? That's what I need to see. But let's continue.
Are you for this or are you against this? Because history is going to view you a certain way.
Yeah, like it's doing right now to you. You're a dummy. Get out of the way.
And more people need to see it. More people need to speak up. More people need to realize this is not normal. This is America right now.
Yeah, it isn't normal when you have illegal immigrant kids that God knows how they got there are working on a marijuana field. That ain't America. But let's continue.
Think about that in this country, what that situation looks like. It's right outside of LA, 45-minute drive. It certainly reeks of cartel activity. On that, we're going to have to wait and see. But imagine this scenario, all of this that I just explained to you, and then imagine complaining about the cops in that situation. That's how deranged Democrats are on this issue. Not that there's 14-year-olds harvesting weed for a drug farm. No.
You see that? See, this is how common sense people think. Imagine how far radical left you have to be and how foul you have to be when it comes down to, we have to protect our investment about these illegal immigrants. We don't care how it damages them. They're just assets to us. That's all they are. We don't care if the kids, we ever find those 300,000 kids. We don't care if these kids were trafficked. We don't care if the cartel sent them there. We don't care nothing about these people. Now, we will pretend they were whining about they need humane conditions to sleep in and they need all this stuff. But at the end of the day, if y'all wouldn't have exposed this raid by having, finding children over, we wouldn't care. You think the Democrats would have said, we probably need to go and look and make sure that these kids aren't big? No, they don't care about any of these people. They really don't. And the fact that they're more focused on ICE, and the fact that ICE raided the marijuana joint, then the kids that were found there lets me know what they're about. They don't want to highlight anything that will reveal how crazy and how foul and inhumane illegal immigration is. See, so that's why whenever they would get on TV and put mucus on TV to try to defend this, that border is that secure. And where's those 300,000 kids? We are looking diligently, and they are not. And I'm going, you wouldn't have brought that up yourself. Oh, his cousin coming for some now. I see. I'm gonna have to kill him too. But yeah, you wouldn't have brought that up on your own. You would think that would be something you would be bringing up constantly. But they downplay that stuff. They don't want to show the ugly side of illegal immigration. So you rather focus on ICE and watch what these nasty, stinking Democrats do.
They're screaming at ICE. completely silent on the whole little kids being enslaved at the drug farm. They're screaming at ICE.
That's not.
ICE is the problem.
But Tom,
there he is, guys. That wonderful, upstanding American right there. Tom the Hammer Holman.
strikes me unbelievable that the Democrats are not on board. When you look at this raid, there were 10 juveniles that were legally brought across the border. You and I covered this under the Biden administration. I was down in Texas. We encountered 8, 10-year-old, 12-year-olds coming across with just a name and an address and a phone number.
What that got to do with Mucus and Biden and all of them? 8, 10, 12 years old. Nobody stopped to say, little dude, come here for a minute, man. Who are you with? Nobody, I'm by myself. What the? Who sends an 8-year-old by himself? But you think that the Biden administration cared about that? No. That's why they all need to be prosecuted. They didn't care about these people, the children, or Americans. Complete treason in regards to what they did to our border. But now let's finish hearing what Tom the Holman has to say.
On their necks, the cartel ruthless.
Take care, R. Powell. Yeah, thanks for hanging with me this long. I know it's a midday show. So not everybody can take time to listen to me. But here we go. Let's listen to Tom the Hammer for a quick second.
Ruthlessly sending them across, and yet now we know that 10 of them, 8 of which were unaccompanied minors working illegally in a marijuana farm, and your agents go in.
Illegally. Don't forget, working illegally, because we're about to see a stinking commentator say that that's not illegal for kids to work in any type of marijuana field. You're about to see CNN defend this.
And rescue them, essentially, and yet there is violent resistance to that. Does that upset you?
It certainly upsets me, and like I said, the work men and women of ICE are doing is incredible. Look, we're looking for over 300,000 missing children. We've already found 10,000. Have you heard that anywhere?
Only 10,000? And 300,000 is missing, and I don't hear one Democrat ever get on TV and say, we want those kids found. They don't even mention them, like they don't even exist. And the fake news never bring them up.
No, the media is simply not covering it. And look, this should be a nonpartisan issue. Arresting public safety threats and national security threats, everybody be on the same page on that. Rescuing children, I mean, it should be a nonpartisan issue. Everybody should be in lockstep on that.
But see, you can't be in lockstep with that because you enabled it to happen. Yeah, all of the fentanyl deaths, you enabled that to happen. All of the gang violence, you enabled that to happen, Democrats. All of these kids being trafficked, you enabled that to happen. So now, you can't come out and talk about that's an issue that we created. That's an issue that we overlooked and just act like we didn't know what was going on. We demand that y'all find those kids. No, you can't bring that up. All that would do is possibly pick off a couple dummies who think that ICE is out there and they're Gestapo and that there's concentration camp. All that would do might pick off a couple dummies to go, whoa, why ain't y'all tell us about these 300,000 kids? Y'all making this out to seem like it's all roses. Everything was operating beautifully, bringing all these people here. Yeah, it wasn't a burden on the taxpayers. It wasn't that. No, it wasn't congestive when it come down to putting them in neighborhoods. It wasn't none of that. No violence came out of it. No trafficking came out of it. No fentanyl deaths came. It was all beautiful. They all came here as gentle woodland creatures for a better life. But when you highlight the negatives, then people are going, yo, and y'all still whining about this? Now y'all going down to the camps talking about, we want these people to have.
But they're not. The media's lying. The Democrats are they don't want President Trump to be successful. I got news for them. We are being successful.
Yeah.
Every illegal alien public safety threat we arrest makes this country safer.
Tell him, Tom the Hammer.
Go back to the thing I was.
Here we go. Scott, another upstanding man. Tell him, Scott, because see, these idiots right here, they're going to try to find a way to weasel out of the fact that kids was found there.
Most concerned about in reading all of this today, and that's that these little children are found on these farms. I mean, are we really saying here in the year 2025, well, we have to maintain the status quo of illegal immigration in the United States because we need little children to pick marijuana in California? It's blowing my mind.
I think you're making a really, frankly, it's a very important point. I mean, the fact that young children, immigrants or not, are...
Immigrants or not. And we don't even need to bring up the other kids. We're not talking about American citizens. Why are you trying to now conflate the issue? You see what she's trying to do? She's trying to make it a kid issue. a child labor issue, not an illegal trafficked kid issue. You see how slimy she is? Yeah, full-blown slimy. So now she knows Scott's talking about trafficked illegal immigrant kids that should not even be in the country and definitely should not be working on a marijuana plant. Like she's, farm. And here she is, whether they're illegal or not. No, I'm not concerned about American citizens, the children working and their parents not knowing where they are, what they're doing. No, we're talking about kids that we have no idea how they got here. But watch her try to smooth it over.
Working on these farms, whether they're forced to because they have to make money for their families.
Oh, yeah, that's why. They're forced to because they're being trafficked. The cartel told them, this is what you're going to be doing, all right? Could it be that?
Or maybe they
they were allowed here to do that.
Or for whatever reason. I totally agree that is something that we as a country need to address.
Yeah, that this country needs to address instead of the illegal immigration issue. Now you want to make it a child labor issue.
But I think you have to acknowledge that there has been no effort made by policymakers, Republican or Democrat, to address the driving causes of that, which are the employers willing to employ these children.
Now it's the employers. It's the employers willing to employ. Now, you act like these Democrats don't know that these employers are doing this. You act as if when they were inviting all these people over, they didn't calculate and build that into the calculation. Then most likely, all of these employers, all of these businesses that donate to us are going to be using these people for cheap labor, including kids. Yeah, but now all of a sudden, instead of focusing on the administration that brought these kids over here, enabled it to happen, she wants to focus on the employers now. Now, just a minute ago, they were talking about we got to support our farmers. You know what? They need illegal immigration, help and this and that. They're the only ones that'll do this work. Now, do you think that if these farmers or businesses have gotten so content with illegal immigrants working for them, they're going to be real, scrutinizing when it come down to run one of them 13, 14. The Democrats in Democrat cities and states like that, right out there in California, without Trump winning, you think that guy who owns that farm would have been worried about ICE showing up, finding kids? They would have never discovered those kids working there. It wouldn't have been a problem. He'd have been like, look, man, you think Gavin Newsom is going to send ICE in there? You think Mucus is going to send anybody up in there to see if the kid's here? Nah, we are in a liberal asshole ran state. They don't care, man. Matter of fact, I donated to Gavin Newsom. But yes, she want to talk about the employers and not the politicians.
Who is employing a 16-year-old undocumented immigrant?
Yeah,
and
I agree. One of the farms that was raided, I read as even a Gavin Newsom donor. I think the governor of California should ask why you're.
Yeah, but he don't care. He don't want to ask where this money's coming from. It's just money. Yeah, I don't care what you do. I'll turn my head from it. So Gavin the nuisance, right out there, right up under his nose on that marijuana farm with kids. But watch Abby. Now let's not talk about that. Let's not make it a political issue.
Doing these things, and I don't have a problem going after employers.
By the way,
I really don't.
I know we want to make it about California, but it's not about California.
Yeah, that's where it took place. That's where they found the kids. So what are you talking about, Abby? I know you want to make it a California thing, but we want to cover for them. So no, it is a California thing. They're the ones out there whining and fighting against ICE. They're the ones that Gavin Newsom's coming out talking about this is ridiculous. And the mayor's talking about, we're going to sue to get them out of here. And we want, yes, it's a California thing.
There are parents who are being.
Oh, now they unleashed the worst. They like, oh God, this is looking so bad. Let's unleash the Kraken. So now watch Tiffany Cross come out. You already know what she's about. She's the angry black woman who's going to go so far over the top.
Kidnapped by this agency whose children are literally dying.
Literally dying. There's families that are being kidnapped by ICE. That their parents are literally dying. Who? Give me some examples. I mean, when you say something like this, you should have multiple examples. Because, if that was true, we would see these cases all over the internet.
And so if we're so concerned about children, maybe we should stop kidnapping people.
Thank you, Scott. He couldn't let it go. Scott was like, what? Wait a minute. What did you just say? Who's dying?
Their children are dying and their sole care.
Their children are dying. Tiffany Cross has inside knowledge about when these parents get picked up by ICE, their children just die. But wait, what about all the children that are here without parents? What happens to them? You would think they would die. You'd be more concerned about them. I ain't even got a parent. I came here at 7. I've been on my own for 3 years. I'm now 10. I still haven't found my mom, my papi. They never showed up. But yeah, here she is talking about when these parents are taken by ICE, the children are literally dying.
Caretakers are being deported by ICE. There are multiple cases where they are kidnapping people out of hospitals.
What is kidnapping?
They're kidnapping.
It means deporting. That means detaining them legally. But according to her, kidnapping, y'all. Look at the terms that these foul, stinking people use for ICE. One of the worst labels, accusations, descriptions you can put on somebody, a kidnapper. A kidnapper. That's what she's saying that ICE is doing. Literally kidnapping folks from hospitals. Now, she's not giving you any details of the status of these people. If you are in a hospital and you're an illegal immigrant, you got to go. But they're literally kidnapping.
It means a government agency has been given license to disappear people. That is what it is.
There it is. Another nonsensical term. So Scott's got to ask her.
What does that mean?
All right.
So you mean
What does that mean? I don't know. I'm making it up. It sounds pretty cool and hip for liberals. Disappearing people. Yeah. They'll imagine that. The dummies will go, what? These people just go poof. Just like that. So wait, that should be a real easy way to get rid of all the illegal immigrants, y'all. Just make them go poof. Disappear them. Why build Alligator Alcatraz? Just disappear these people. Why send them to El Salvador? Why wave the magic wand of kidnapping and make them disappear? Gone. But yeah, you use a stupid term like that and Scott's calling you out on it.
take the illegal immigrants?
Yes.
We got to squeeze in a
But you don't know if they're an illegal immigrant. That is my point. I don't use that term.
You don't know if they're a legal immigrant. That's my point. You know, sometimes I feel like I'm wasting my time just explaining how corrupt and stinking these people are and how stupid they are. I mean, it becomes redundant at some point. Here you go. Well, you don't know if they're citizens or illegal citizens or not. That's my point. So wait, ICE doesn't take any time to verify that. That's what you're telling me. See, this is the stuff when I hear it, I go, how dumb do you have to be to listen to these people with their propaganda and their lies, to not stop for 1 second and say, okay, at what point throughout the process of stopping somebody, questioning them and detaining them, do ICE ask the question or ask for proof? You're making it seem like they never even have that built into the process. You're making it seem like these dudes can care less about verifying that these are American citizens or not. You say, that's the point. They don't know if they're American citizens or not. There has to be a point in that exchange where that comes up. That's all I'm saying. She acts like that never comes up. But wait a minute, I'm an American citizen, man. I ain't trying to hear all that. I don't care if you're American citizen or not. Right now, we done fixed our eyes on you. You got a little bit of tint to your skin, slight accent, you're gone. They never say, oh, really, we'll prove it. Oh, here you go. Oh, thanks. All right, I'm sorry. Go ahead. You, come up here. But yet she's making it seem like ICE don't even do that.
You don't know what their status is. And so if you can just come and snatch somebody off the street and say you don't get due process, and that means I'm not a citizen. It is a disgusting thing that we're watching.
Yeah, this is a disgusting thing that I'm watching. You. And somehow they keep booking the chick that they fired because she was that crazy and that racist, but they keep booking her back on Abby's show to spew more lies and racism up.
And anybody who defends it is disgusting.
See, yeah, that's her way of arguing points. Impugn your character. And anybody who defends this is disgusting.
Despicable and deplorable when you see.
So now, guys, here we go. All of these attacks on ICE. And guess who they blame? ICE. So let's see.
The unrest that's happening in and around the ICE agents as well. Officials are looking for a suspect who appeared to fire a gun at a federal agent during a raid. A few days before that, 10 people were arrested after opening fire outside an immigration detention facility.
Whoa, look at that now. Now that's the guy that went and got himself arrested and pretended that I was just asking a question. Now, I'm going to end, even though I'm only halfway done. I'm going to break this up into 2 sections, okay? But I'm going to end with this fool. Now, you know what? No. I'm going to save this fool. I'm going to save this fool until tomorrow. Most likely, same time, same place. Because this is their cope, their way of responding to the obvious violence that is taking place against ICE due to their lies and propaganda. Solely due to their lies and propaganda. They have provoked, incited, manipulated, and the media is also in cahoots with them, and it has led to what you're about to see tomorrow, some of the worst attacks on ICE ever. And watch what this fool say. So be back here or be square tomorrow. And I got to break it down, y'all. Got to manage my time properly and start shutting it down. But, I wanted to get through this one. I'll get through it tomorrow. I looked at how much I got left. I'm like, ooh, yeah, I better go ahead and break it up into 2 sections. So we will be back here tomorrow. Same place, same time, most likely, or close by. In the meanwhile, don't forget, on your way out, hit the like button, share my videos, follow me on all the other platforms. Want to support the channel, please do, through my Cash App, my PayPal, and I appreciate any type of support you give me. Until things get better with YouTube, it is what it is. And also, once again, Mary, if you weren't logged in or watching the show earlier, I did send a shout out to you for sending me such a wonderful gift in the mail. All right, so with that being said, y'all, let's get back together tomorrow to finish letting them have it one way or another. God bless. Take care.